In the beautiful village of Ayatoro, there lived Princess Temi, the second daughter of King Adewale and Queen Olufunke. The village of Ayatoro was a vibrant place, known for its culture and traditions, where the rhythmic sounds of drums and flutes often filled the air, and the scent of freshly cooked meals wafted through the narrow streets. The maidens of Ayatoro were renowned for their black, shining skin, slim waists, and long hair, which were celebrated as the epitome of beauty in the land. Temi, with her gentle nature and kind heart, was beloved by her family and friends. However, from a young age, she faced a lifelong struggle that set her apart: her noticeably large belly. While her siblings and peers adhered to the village's ideals of beauty, Temi's appearance invited ridicule and scorn from many. As a child, Temi's large belly was merely a curiosity. The village children, unaware of societal prejudices, played with her and included her in their games. But as she grew older, the difference in her appearance became more pronounced, and the villagers' attitudes shifted. The whispers started softly at first, then grew louder. Once a cherished member of the community, Temi became the subject of jokes and cruel comments. Mothers pulled their children away, warning them not to play too roughly with her, and former friends turned their backs. Suitors who were initially drawn to her beauty and royal status were soon repelled by her appearance. They saw her large belly as a flaw, a deviation from the ideal beauty they sought. This left Temi lonely and isolated, yearning for the acceptance and love that seemed so elusive. Confined to her room in the palace, Temi often gazed out of the window, watching the village life unfold below. She saw the young maidens of Ayatoro, with their shining skin, slim waists, and long hair, move gracefully through the streets. This ideal of beauty was deeply rooted in the village's culture, and Temi's appearance starkly contrasted with these standards. Her heart ached with longing as she dreamed of a love that would accept her for who she was. One day, the village was filled with excitement. It was the day of the New Yam Festival, a time of joyous celebration. Temi heard the festive sounds from the village square. Joyous drum beats and laughter filled the air. Curiosity and a yearning for connection stirred within her. She decided to sneak out of the palace and watch the festivities, hoping to remain unnoticed in the shadows. She stood at the edge of the square, watching wistfully as girls her age, with their shining skin, slim waists, and long hair, twirled in colorful skirts. Their laughter was like music, and their joy was palpable. But soon the villagers noticed her presence. They whispered, pointed, and made faces, souring the joyous atmosphere. Overwhelmed with humiliation, Temi ran away, hiding behind some bushes. As she crouched behind a tree, trembling and trying to hold back, she heard the distant sound of a flute growing louder. Peering through the leaves, she saw a smiling young man from a neighboring village. His name was Akin, and he was known for his cheerful nature and exceptional flute-playing skills. Akin approached her hiding spot, his eyes filled with kindness and curiosity. "Why did you stop dancing?" he asked gently. "You looked so happy and free." Temi, stunned that Akin had followed her despite noticing her, replied, "You can see me, yet you still came looking for me. Everyone in my village teases me and laughs at my dancing." Akin responded gently, "Don't worry about them. I think you're a wonderful dancer. Please ignore their unkind words and keep dancing with happiness and freedom." Surprised by his kindness, Temi realized that Akin truly didn't care about her appearance. Comforted, she decided to ignore the villagers that had cruel taunts. Akin started playing an upbeat tune on his flute, and after a moment, Temi began to sway lightly. His smile grew wider as he watched her move, and he played faster, filling her with joy. For the first time, she felt truly seen and accepted. As Temi danced, she felt exhilarated, liberated by Akin's admiring gaze. When she finally stopped, they held each other's gaze for a moment, then burst into laughter, connecting in their shared happiness. Akin introduced himself and asked if Temi would meet him again the next day. Her heart full of hope, Temi agreed. In the following weeks, Temi's meetings with Akin became the highlight of her days. They enjoyed lively conversations, and Temi danced freely to Akin's flute playing, feeling accepted and joyful. Their bond grew into a deep friendship and blossomed into love. Despite their different social statuses, they dreamed of a future together. One afternoon, Akin, with emotion in his eyes, asked Temi to marry him, wishing to unite their villages through their love. Overjoyed, Temi accepted, and they planned to seek their family's blessings. However, tragedy struck when a deadly plague swept through the countryside. The villages were sealed off, and people hid in fear. Temi and Akin were separated for months, unable to communicate. Temi eventually fell ill with the plague and was gravely ill. Her parents tried every remedy until a strange tonic finally brought her back from the brink of death. As Temi recovered, she noticed something miraculous. Her large belly had significantly reduced. Overjoyed, she felt a newfound confidence and shared the news with her parents. When the quarantine was lifted, she walked through the village, finally feeling accepted and admired. Temi's transformation caught the attention of many men in Ayatoro. They were now drawn to her beauty and charm. After the quarantine was over, Akin begged Temi to marry him, reaffirming his love and commitment. However, pride got in Temi's way. Feeling superior with her new appearance, she coldly refused Akin, deeming him no longer up to her standard. Flattered by the sudden admiration, Temi enjoyed the newfound attention, but soon realized that many of these men were already married. Temi, feeling embittered by the years of rejection and ridicule, saw an opportunity for revenge. She began to seduce these men, reveling in the power she held over them. As they succumbed to her charms, Temi found a dark satisfaction in the thought of punishing their wives, who had once been among those who mocked her. Her actions caused turmoil in the village, as infidelity and distrust spread like wildfire. However, as time passed, the emptiness of her revenge became apparent. The fleeting satisfaction did little to fill the void in her heart. Despite her newfound beauty, Temi began to overindulge in food again, seeking comfort in her old habits. Slowly but surely, her large belly returned. The men who once flocked to her now abandoned her, repulsed by her change in appearance. Her reputation in the village worsened, and the women she had sought to punish felt vindicated as they watched her fall from grace. Feeling lonely and desperate, Temi sought out Akin once more, hoping to rekindle their lost love. She found him by the river, where they had spent many happy moments together. With tears in her eyes, she begged for his forgiveness, explaining how her insecurities and desire for revenge had led her astray. Akin, though still kind, looked at her with a mixture of sadness and disappointment. "Temi," he said softly, "I loved you for who you were inside, not for your appearance. But the person you've become is not the Temi I fell in love with. You've hurt many people, including yourself." Temi sobbed. "Please, Akin, give me another chance. I can change, I promise." Akin shook his head gently. "Change must come from within, and it must be genuine. I hope you find peace, Temi, but I cannot be with you anymore." Heartbroken, Temi watched as Akin walked away, leaving her to reflect on her choices. She realized that true love and acceptance come from within, and that seeking revenge only brought more pain. Determined to change, Temi began to work on herself, focusing on kindness and self-acceptance. Though it was a long and difficult journey, she slowly regained the respect of the villagers through her genuine efforts to make amends. While she never won back Akin's love, she found a sense of peace in her heart, knowing she had learned from her mistakes and grown into a better person. The moral lesson of this story revolves around the importance of inner beauty, self-acceptance, and forgiveness. It teaches us that true happiness and fulfillment come from embracing ourselves for who we are, rather than seeking validation from others or seeking revenge for past wrongs. Additionally, the story highlights the transformative power of genuine kindness and the consequences of harboring resentment. Ultimately, it emphasizes the journey of growth, redemption, and finding peace within oneself. And that concludes our story for today. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. We love hearing from you, so leave a comment down below telling us where you're watching from. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.